Magandang araw po sa inyo mga kabansa. Kayo ay nasa Iparas kay Paras. At ito ang inyong lingkod, Ado Paglinawan, na nagbubungad ng pagbati para sa ating Secretary.
Magandang gabi, paring Ado. This is the second time we had made our commentaries under our podcast, Iparas kay Paras. Sa gabi, no, mga kababayan, kasi medyo presko at kanina medyo na-delay itong mga kaibigan ko dahil sa ulan. At naalala natin pagka ang ulan ay dinadanas ng taong bayan at nagbabaha, naalala natin yung 5,500 flood control na pinagyabang ni Bangag Marcos during his SONA, State of the Nation address. Tapos, right after the SONA, siguro 1 week or 2 weeks, nagbaha. Nag-ulan at nagbaha. At walang saysay yung sinasabi niyang 5,500 flood control. At nang-imbestiga si Amy Marcos at sinabi ng Department of Public Works and Highways through their secretary, Bunuan, na wala naman palang plano, walang development plan or any program for flood control. So, ergo, itong mga flood control ay mga pork barrel lamang ito na binibigay sa mga powers that be dyan sa House of Representatives, sa Senado, at ginagawang proyekto kasi safe na safe. After the bidding, ang laki-laki ng kita ng mga politiko kasi nagbibigay ng malaking amount ang mga kontraktor dahil pagka nag-ulan, they can always say, ay, nabaha sa ulan. So, yun po. Kaya gustong-gusto ng mga politiko, lalo na dyan sa House of Representatives at saka sa Senado, na ang proyekto nila, flood control project. That is why, palakpakan sila nung sinasabi ni Marcos na 5,500 kasi a lot of them had already made so much ganyan. Oo. So, tapos, alam mo, ang Diyos ay hindi natutulog. So, tinesting ngayon ng ating Panginoon kung talaga bang buhay yung mga pinagdadaldal ni Marcos na 5,500 flood control. It turns out to be a farce as usual.
Dahil bumaha ng todo-todo.
Bumaha ng todo, sabi ng Diyos, sige nga, yung mga kasinungalingan mo, Marcos, at pinapapalakpak mo yung mga minions mo dyan sa house, tingnan na natin kung talaga bang totoo yung pinagpalakpakan nila. Nakita na wala palang saysay yung mga projects na yan. Tapos, walang saysay din, itong sinasabi ni Marcos, na I'm not in favor of impeachment. That does not bring anything good to the country. It will just, disturb the work of the House and the Senate. It's a storm in the teacup. Pero,
nung na-file na, ang sabi niya, ngayong na-file na, kailangan ituloy.
Kailangan ituloy. Marcos, Makoy, bakit ka ganyan? You don't mean what you say. Niluloko mo ang tao. Oo. So, ngayon, sinasabi ni Toby Chanco, mayroon daw 210 billion na pera, na-release na yung 110 billion at yun ang naibigay daw sa mga congressmen to sign the impeachment complaint. And that came from Toby Tiangco. Hindi po yan gawa-gawa namin dahil talagang when he was interviewed, he said that he told the president not to release it. And he was not signing it because impeachment will just bring about, defeat to their Congress, to their senatorial lineup under the, ano ba yung pangalan ito?
Bagoong Alyansa
Bagoong Pilipinas. Oo. Kaya nga talagang bagoong eh. Pero masarap yung bagoong lalo na pag hinalo mo sa kare-kare or sa manggang Indian mango, masarap yan. Kaya lang, itong bagoong ni Marcos ay talagang mabantot. So, kaya nga, ito na ngayon ang impeachment. So, ang daming-daming mga meron na nagsasalita tungkol sa impeachment. Isang meron, ito dati kong kasama to Kaibigan ko ito sa mga, when we were fighting against Macapagal Arroyo. Ito si Mr. Attorney Nery Colmenares. Mayroon naman siyang dinadaldal sa interview sa Bilyonaryo Channel. At kung ano-anong sinasabi niya na walang basihan, hindi pinag-aralan. Tulad rin nito ng mga pinaggagawa nila against President Duterte na sinasabi nila mayroon daw 7,000 na AJK or minsan sinasabi 30,000. Tapos in one hearing sa Congress, sinatanong siya, bakit wala kayong pinail? The justice system in the country is sabi niya, we encourage them to file in the ICC. Ito talaga, puro kabulastugan itong kaibigan kong si Nery Colmenares. At pakinggan natin yung isang kabulastugan na naman na pinagsasabi niya dito tungkol sa impeachment process. Ito po, isa-isahin natin dahil lalo na ang nag-interview pa naman, yung idolo ko, si Attorney Karen Jimeno. She always talks sense. And yung kumpare kong buo, kaklase ko sa UP College of Law, kumpare kong buo ito, si Attorney Michael, kumpadre Toledo. Silang nag-interview at sana hindi sila nagpapaniwala dito sa kabulastugan nitong si Nery Colmenares. Pakinggan natin at sabihin natin sa publiko yung mga kabulastugan na sinasabi niya. Ito po.
One of the issues that's always been raised is, did the House comply with the constitutional requirements in initiating this impeachment complaint against VP Sara?
Well, if you look at the Constitution, Attorney Mike, it says that the House, of course, has the sole power to initiate an impeachment complaint. And either it goes through the committee or the House, one-third members can, of course, transmit the articles of impeachment directly. So that's basically it. I know the issues raised by the Vice President that when the complaint was filed, the Secretary General did not transmit it to the Speaker of the House.
But which one are we talking about? Because there were 4 impeachment complaints filed, and it was the 4th verified complaint that they endorsed to the Senate.
Yes. The first 3, of course. The first was filed sometime, I forgot when, but we were the 2nd impeachment complaint, and then there was a 3rd. And the 4th impeachment complaint sort of digested everything.
I think it was consolidated.
Yes.
The 3 impeachment complaints were consolidated, and that was what was filed.
Yes.
And did that comply?
Oh, yes. Of course, yes. The articles of impeachment was filed by more than 1/3. And definitely, if it gathers 1/3 signature, that's the only requirement.
Yeah. And in this case, if it gathers 1/3 of the signatures of the House of Representatives, there's no need to conduct something similar to a preliminary investigation.
No need. In fact, if you remember the Estrada impeachment complaint, it was a prayer by the Speaker of the House reading the prayer and then saying that 1/3, the impeachment, articles of impeachment transmitted to the House right after his prayer, so everybody was surprised.
I
And it
remember
was,
that.
With due respect to my dear friends, Michael and Attorney Karen, alam mo, dapat ilatag mo muna yung rules in impeachment. Ito po yon. An impeachment complaint must be a verified complaint for impeachment, and it may be filed by any member of the House of Representatives or by any citizen upon a resolution or endorsement by any member thereof, which shall be included in the order of business within 10 session days, and referred to the proper committee within the 3 session days thereafter. So, mayroon bang verified complaint? Mayroon. Pinail ng akbayan. Kailan pinail? Noong December, I think, or late November, yung unang complaint filed by the akbayan was sometime in early December or late November. Ang tanong ngayon, ito bang 4th complaint ay valid and binding? When in fact there were already 3 prior complaints filed. Doon pa lang tayo sa una, paring Ado. Para sa kaalaman ni Colmenares at saka yung nag-interview sa kanya, anong nangyari sa first complaint? There was a deliberate attempt to subvert that impeachment, which is clearly in violation of the Constitution and in violation of the rules of the House. Kasi sinasabi, a verified complaint shall be included in the order of business within 10 session days
How is a
and
complaint,
referred to the proper committee within 3 session days thereafter.
how is a complaint verified?
Well, when you say a verified complaint, yung complaint, it is notarized. Verified. Tapos mayroong nakalagay doon that this is filed through our personal knowledge. Tapos
Sworn into.
So verified. Ibig sabihin, it was verified ng mga nag-file. Na sila mismo ang may kaalaman tungkol sa charges na pinapile nila. That's a very important requirement, kasi pag pumunta yan sa sa Committee on Justice, tatanungin ka, mayroon ba kayong personal knowledge dito sa pinile mo? So, in other words, sinubvert ng Secretary General yung first in other words, it did not see the light of day. Yung unang impeachment. And that is in violation. Hindi ka pwedeng mag-file pa ng iba kasi kung hindi mo kinumply, this is already considered as first impeachment.
In other words, it should have been included in the order of business within 10
Mandatory yan. So if the Congress failed to do that, that is already considered filed. Kasi it's a deliberate. So in other words, because of their failure, para sa kaalaman nyo, Mr. Colmenares, because of the failure of the Secretary General to forward it to the Speaker, deliberate attempt, or deliberate deed, it's already considered initiated, that first impeachment, because they have failed to comply with the, kasi you can yung initiation is to comply with this. Initiation is when you include it in the order of business and refer to the committee within 10 session days, and referred to the proper committee within this 3 session days. And according to the rules of the House, ako, alam ko ito eh. Akong nag-file ng impeachment kay Andres Bautista, and it was a successful impeachment case. And Bautista did not anymore fight it out in the Senate. He just resigned kasi alam niya na madadali siya. Alam natin ito. So, kung hindi mo kinumply yung it is understood na initiated na yan. So, the first impeachment file is the one that is valid. It's not the 4th impeachment. It's not the 2nd impeachment. Pero, presuming I challenge you, Mr. Colmenares. Nagpa-file kayo ito. Itong the second impeachment complaint against Duterte was filed on December 4, 2024 by 70 activists led by the Bagong Alyansa Makabayan. They cited a single reason, which is betrayal of public trust over the illegal use and mishandling of confidential funds. Ikaw, Mr. Kaibigan, Neric Colmenares, bakit kayo nag-file ng impeachment? Tapos, only to give it up? Bakit? Kayo ba ay nadali na? Naayos na ng Speaker of the House? Or ng mga kasama nyo dyan sa House of Representatives? Bakit hindi kayo umaangal na yung mga pinail nyong kaso ay hindi ay binasura lamang ng Secretary General? Wala ba kayong mukha? Wala ba kayong hiya? Napapile-pile kayo tapos halatang-halata na naayos lang pala kayo at hindi kayo nag-insist on your second impeachment? What's the purpose of your impeachment complaint? Pakitang tao lamang? 70 people pa ang nag-file?
Propaganda lang.
Propaganda lang. Yung first impeachment is the valid one, not the 4th impeachment. Why? Because there was a deliberate attempt on the part of Congress through the Secretary General, of course, upon the instruction. Bata ni Speaker yan si Reggie Velasco eh. Upon the instruction of the Speaker, hindi talagang inupuan.
Kaya pala noon, may mga galit.
So, ibig sabihin, pag inupuan mo, kayong may kagagawan. So therefore, walang kinalaman yung mga nag-file ng first impeachment sa deliberate violation yun ng Constitution. Because if you were physically the one who prevented the first impeachment to be initiated, then it is considered initiated. Kaya na sinasabi na yung 4th impeachment is in fact void or invalid because it should have been the first impeachment charge that would have been the one that was endorsed to the Speaker and was later on endorsed to the Committee on Justice para makita kung ano bang basihan yung impeachment charge nyo. Pero in-announce pa ni SecGen na, maghintay pa tayo. So, klarong-klaro na mayroon talagang deliberate attempt to violate the Constitution by waiting for the 4th impeachment. Paring Ado, ano masasabi mo dyan?
Kaya pala, ako nagtataka doon. Yung mga congressmen, parang nasisindak kay Lozano. Kasi si Lozano, to prevent any other impeachment against the sitting president, nagpa-file na siya. At wala na makapag-file after that.
In fact, ginaya yan sa panahon ni GMA. I remember that eh. Hindi ko na lang kasi alam ko yun eh. Alam ko yun eh.
Inuunahan na para...
Inuunahan na yung impeachment ni GMA, yung si Congressman San Luis. Una, ang in-approach si Cabel Beltran.
Oh.
Nagdaldal si Cabel Beltran, kaya nausog. Kaya nga yung si, anong pangalan noon? Bear. Si Bear, na yun ang nagpapirma sana nung endorsement para doon sa impeachment case against Gloria. Nabisto. Nabisto.
May nakakarga lang pala.
Oo. Kasi, there were rumors kasi that the opposition will file a strong impeachment case against Gloria. So, inunahan na.
Ito naman, in reverse.
In reverse. Ito naman,
Hindi pinansin nyo.
hindi pinansin yung first impeachment. Pero alam mo, ang nangyari talaga dyan, kung you tinker with the rules, then there is a presumption already that you were the ones who did it, then therefore, valid yung first impeachment. It has been initiated because you were the ones who tinker with the rules. Pinrevent nyo yung mandatory, balik mo nga yung wording na yan. Tingnan yung mga kababayan, how to file an impeachment. A verified complaint for impeachment may be filed by any member of the House of Representatives or by any citizen upon resolution or endorsement by any member thereof, which shall be included in the order of business within 10 session days and referred to the proper committee within 3 session days thereafter. Mandatory ito. It shall be included in the order of business. Pag-file mo, alam mo, yung role ng Secretary General is only, ano bang tawag niyan? Yung, hindi siya ministerial lang. It is really the Speaker who has the power. And the Speaker, once he receives it, he forwards it to the floor. Then, in the order of business, sasabihin, babasahin yung there is an impeachment in the plenary. Tapos sasabihin ng Committee on Rules, this is now assigned to the Committee on Justice. Hindi nyo kinumply yan. Pero kaninong kasalanan yan? Kasalanan ba doon sa nag-file? O kasalanan ng House? That's a deliberate, So therefore, the first impeachment is presumed to have been filed and initiated. Because you have tinkered with the rules, which is mandatory.
And this is a constitutional requirement.
This is a constitutional requirement. Kasi, where does the power of Congress, of the House of Representatives emanate? It is from the Constitution. The Constitution has granted the House of Representatives the rule-making power. So, ito yung ni-raise ngayon ni Inday. Ito yung ni-raise niya ni Vice President. So, balik natin ito si Colmenares. We have said our part as far as this is concerned. Tingnan natin itong mga deliberation itong mga iba.
It's not really detailed, but as long as you have 1/3 of the members and you transmit it to the Senate, that's it.
And in this case, partner, it was even more than 1/3. We are looking at 215 congressmen who actually signed the articles of impeachment. Because as the Constitution provides, if it is the House that initiates it by virtue of 1/3, and in this case more than 1/3 majority, signed the impeachment complaints, that is already in essence the articles of impeachment.
That is correct.
That should therefore then transmitted to the Senate.
Yes.
Okay.
Yang mga pinagsasabi nila na 1/3, that's immaterial. That's after the fact. Doon muna tayo una sa... Let's go back first where it come from.
Go back to basics.
Wala yung 1/3 na yan, kasi fourth na yan sinasabi ni Colmenares, yung kay Erap daw, diniretso. I was part of that. Kami ni Manny Villar, diniretso. Pero we're talking only one impeachment case. Ito 3 plus isa 4. Magkaiba ito doon sa kay Erap. Yung kay Erap, isang impeachment lang ang pinag-usapan. Walang second, walang third. There was only one impeachment. So, hindi yun comparable dito. Ito kasi, may pangalawa, may pangatlo. Pero doon pa lang sa una, knock-out na kayo. Nag-violate na kayo ng saligang batas, because you deliberately omitted the mandate of the Constitution and the rules. So, by doing that, by the Secretary General, upon the instruction of the Speaker, na wag nating ibasura natin ito, binailit niyo yung Constitution because mandatory yung ibalagay mo sa order of business. And within, because there, in the first impeachment, there is no need for the 1/3. And this will be good because pupunta sa Committee on Justice at pa doon makikita. Dito pa lang sana, sinasabi nila trial. Dito pa lang sa determination of substance, makikita mo na yung ebidensya nila, pare. Pero they have omitted that. The mandate of the rules of the House says it shall be forwarded to the proper committee, which under the rules of the House is the Committee on Justice. So, napakahina ng impeachment case. It was only about confidential funds ang issue. Isang kaya nila nilutong Makoy itong fourth impeachment. Kasi dahil tiningnan mo na nila yung first impeachment, ay bulok. Second impeachment, bulok din. Third impeachment, yung mga abogado na yung pare na kung ano-anong pinagdadaldal, tapos hindi daw siya marunong, tapos gumawa ng mga abogado, paltos din. So gumawa na sila. At according to Chanco, kumpleto ito kasi kumpleto sa Ricardo. Mayroong 150 or whatever as alleged, no?
May flexibility ba dyan ng Speaker of the House kung which one of the four ang i-endorse as...
No. Walang... Kaya mandatory eh. It shall be, when you say that it shall be included in the order of business, ibig sabihin yan,
wala kayong choice.
It goes to the Speaker and goes to the Committee on Rules kasi the Speaker will endorse it to the plenary. So, sino bang nag-handle ng plenary? It's the Committee on Rules. So, ibabasahin ng ano yan sa floor through the majority floor leader. Then, the majority floor leader, there's page, section or yung assistant niya, please read the so and so impeachment of Sara Duterte. Okay, refer that to the Committee on Justice. Mandatory lahat yan.
Ito layman's question lang. Kung hindi yun nasunod, ano nangyari doon sa first impeachment complaint?
In-archive nila. In-archive.
Pinatay nila.
In-archive.
It is the House.
Itong mga walang hiya na akbayan at itong bayan muna at yung third impeachment, obvious na obvious. Kayong nag-file, naghirap kayo para i-file yan, tapos wala kayong kibo. Bakit? Ano bang nangyari sa inyo? Magkano ba ang halaga?
Magkano arguments yan?
Magkano ba ang halaga?
So,
na nagkameme kayo. Kayong nag-file, nagyayabang kayo, may mga media and filing. Pero,
disregard ng supporting documents. Naging supporting pesos.
So, yan ang nangyayari.
Kayo ang pumatay sa sarili
criminals. May hiya ba ito? Paring Neri, may hiya ka ba? na nag-file kayo ng impeachment, yung bayan muna na membro ka,
Dapat.
tapos wala kang kibo na binasura ng
Hindi kayo
Secretary General, naghirap kayo kamo, nag-press con kayo ka doon.
Hindi kayo nagreklamo.
Tapos yung fourth impeachment, pumirma yung mga kasama nyo, nag-file na nga kayo diba, walang hiya yung ganong klaseng tao.
Kung tinanggap yung first, pwede ba yung iba doong na-include sa second and third i-consolidate?
Hindi po pwede i-consolidate.
Hindi pwede.
You cannot consolidate. Why? Because
May uniqueness.
kaya nga sinasabi ng Constitution, you can only file one impeachment
Okay.
within 1 year.
Correct.
So, kung sino ang mauna, yun na yun.
Yun na yun.
Kaya nga yung mga iba, sabi, pare, kailangan mauna tayo. Because there's already that strong belief that the impeachment is barred if there is more than one. So, ang thinking ng mga magagaling na abogado at saka who knows the practice of political law, yung first impeachment, yun na yun, because it's mandatory that it should be included in the business. Unless pag-file mo, mayroong defect, walang titingnan ng walang
Form and substance.
hindi, yung form of substance doon na yan sa secretary, doon na yan sa
Okay,
committee.
okay.
Ang pwede lang anuhin diyan, walang pirma ng isang congressman na
Okay. Kulang.
Wala, kulang. O sabihin ni wala itong pirma walang nag-endorse. Hindi ito pwede. Doon pa lang. Pero kung tinanggap mo, pero binasura mo, tinanggap niya pare pero hindi na in-endorse sa speaker. So, alam mo, may questionable yan Actually, hindi pa lang naaral yan. Pero baka may mga grave misconduct yan or there are that when you violate the Constitution, you violate the rules, ikaw yung person na mayroong duty to perform, tapos hindi mo pinperform, may tawag dyan yung dereliction of duty.
Ngayon, ano ang purpose ng Constitution na inilagay niya yan dyan na yung una lamang ang pwedeng mag-proceed at hindi pwedeng sapawan ng iba?
Ang nakalagay doon sa Francisco ruling na kinlarify yan yung na yan. Kasi yung alam ko rin yung Francisco ruling. Ganito yan mali yung pinagsasabi nila na pag 1/3 okay na. Kami din nagpirma din kami more than 1/3 Pina-impeach namin si Hilario Davide dahil inaksaya niya yung pera ng bayan. Yung judicial fund, pinaggagastos niya sa mga kortina, sa mga renovation ng tapos pati yung renovation ng mga mansion doon sa Baguio. Tapos ang pinahandle niya sa mga bidding yung mga anak niya. So nag-deliberation sa Committee on Justice. There was a strong evidence. That Davide has committed an offense. Kaya kami, nagpirmahan kami nila Noli Pentebella. Yan, kasama yan si Escudero. Let them say, yan si Gibo, kasama yan namin. Si Puentebella, yung si anak ni Noli Puentebella.
Pero yun, hindi na isampa.
Hindi na isampa dahil hindi tinanggap ni Drilon. Sabi ni Drilon, I will not accept that. Kasi si Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo at saka si Joe de Venecia, siyempre, pabor sila kay Davide. Sabi nila, daw yun, si Danding kuwang ko daw ang may pakana nung ano ni Davide. Eh, hindi totoo yan.
Kawawa naman.
Bipartisan, although maraming mga members ng Nationalist People's Coalition who were signatories to the 1/3. Pero hindi nila tinanggap. So, yung si Francisco, isang lawyer, nag-file sa Supreme Court. Kasi ini-insist nila mayroong question, mayroong gray area eh. Kasi daw yung pag-file doon sa Committee on Justice already constitute. Ito, very clear ito. They said that it already, yung na-forward sa the Committee on Justice, yung impeachment case, considered na daw yan as first impeachment. Tapos yung nagpirmahan kami ng 1/3, second impeachment na daw yun. That is why nag-ruling ang Supreme Court. Eh, siyempre, si Davide yun eh. Di paboran niya. Walang iya yan si Davide. Siya ang Chief Justice pero pinaboran niya yung Francisco ruling eh. That ruling was really meant to save Davide from the impeachment. Yung sinasabing dinipine yung 1-year ban, ay nako, kilala natin yan, alam natin yan. I'm not born yesterday kasi pare, we know the ins and outs in the House of Representatives at the time. So, yung pinagsasabi nitong Colmenares na ito, yung kay ERAP, is definitely not comparable to this.
Parang apples and oranges.
Kaya nga, ang comparable nito yung kay Davide. Kasi, yung 1/3 nga, pero ginawang illegal yung 1/3. So, ganun din dapat ang mangyari. Itong 1/3 na pinail ng House sa Senate na 4th impeachment is also illegal and invalid. Ang similar niyan yung kay Davide. Kasi may first impeachment na.
Yun ang apple to apple.
Yun ang apple to apple. Kasi, matino yung Congress na yon. Matino yung Congress. Kasi yung sinasabi ng first impeachment na in-endorse sa Speaker at pinorward ni Speaker sa Committee on Justice at nag-hearing doon na bisto yung mga kalaswaan ni Davide,
yung mga detalya, no?
dinismiss upon the order of the Venecia, dinismiss. Kaya kami, gawa kami ng impeachment signed by more than 1/3.
1/3.
Pero ini-strike down ng Supreme Court because hindi daw pwedeng dito na establish ng husto yung 1-year ban because of that Francisco ruling. Kaya pinagdadaldal nito mga taong ito si Colmenares, walang saysay ito eh. Balik ka natin para masagot natin.
But another question I have when it comes to complying with the requirements of the Constitution, did the endorsement of the 4th impeachment complaint violate the 1-year ban rule under the Constitution?
No, because the Constitution says no impeachment complaint shall be initiated against that particular public official more than once a year, of course. And in this case, there was no other articles of impeachment that was initiated. Actually,
that's wrong. If you deliberately violate the mandatory mandate of the rules of the House as well as the Constitution, when it says that any impeachment file shall be included in the order of business and shall be endorsed to the proper committee within 3 days, that is the requirement to initiate. But if you tinker or tamper that requirement, then there is an interpretation that should be dealt in terms of if it was deliberately done by the House of Representatives through its representative, the Secretary General, then that impeachment is considered initiated. Because what is initiation? The initiation is, it must be included in the order of business. It must be forwarded to the Committee on Justice. Once it goes to the Committee on Justice,
Secretary,
the full circle, the initiation is already made.
may question ako. Therefore, it is the fact of the submission of a verified complaint, the fact that gives it life and is initiated into the process.
No. When you file, that's why it's mandatory. Kasi the filing itself, hindi pa initiation yan. But when the Secretary General, as mandated by the Constitution as well as the House rules, will comply with the requirement, such as it will be included in the order of business. That means it will be forwarded to the Speaker. Tapos, the head of the Committee on Rules will read it on the floor, and it will be endorsed to the proper committee, which is the Committee on Justice. That is the full circle. Pero hindi ka makarating sa initiation kung pinutol mo na. Deliberately na pinutol mo.
Ayun.
Ha? Kung ikaw mismo...
You have to let it go through the
You
process.
should let it go because that's mandatory. Pero kung chinap up mo,
nag-interpret ka.
ha?
Nag-interpret ka.
Hindi ka nag-interpret.
In-interpret.
In-intercede mo
Ayun.
ang proseso.
Ayun.
When you intercede the proseso, kayo ang mananagot.
Ayun.
Hindi yung nag-file.
Oo.
Because as far as the filers are concerned, once it was received, they already presume that will be initiated because mandatory.
Nakalagay expressly sa Constitution.
Expressly sa Constitution as mandated for the House to make their own rules of procedure, which is it must be included. Yun lang, itong pinagdadaldal ni
Colmenares.
itong pinagdadaldal ni Colmenares, wala yan. Hindi ka nag-aaral, hindi mo binasa yung mandatory provision of the rules of the House that it must be included in the order of business. Kung tapyasin mo yan, requirement na yan, anong kinalaman dito sa mga nag-file? It is understood that when you file the impeachment, the Secretary General will perform its duty. And the Speaker will perform its duty. But kung deliberate yung plano nyo, na kaya nga very clear, sinasabi ng best friend ko na si Reggie Velasco, sinasabi niya, we're still waiting for the others to file. Tama ba yan? You're gonna wait for the others? When you are mandated to include this already in the order of business, dapat ang nagiging impeachment case sana ngayon will be the first impeachment which was filed by the Akbayan. Hindi yung fourth impeachment. And to top it all, hindi sana nag-aksaya ng pera ang bayan. Kasi sabi ni Chanco, binayaran daw ang mga congressmen. O sabi ni Prasco, kaya ako pumirma dahil hindi ako bibigyan ng pondo ng district ko. So there is an admission that there was money that was used. Why would you use billions of money para lang i-file yung fourth impeachment which is invalid from the beginning? So that's the thing here, mga kababayan.
Simple lang pala ito.
Yeah. Kaya nga, I challenge the Supreme Court. Alam mo, with due respect, sana mapakinggan tayo. Ito si Chief Justice, nagkataon na I was in Casa Roses. I remember, I was in Casa Roses. Kalalabas lang niya sa Malacanang. In-appoint siya ni Duterte na Chief Justice. So, pinili talaga siya ni Duterte. Ewan ko kung sino nagtulak sa kanya. Pinili siya ni Duterte. Ito si Quismundo. So pagdating doon, nag-lunch kami, so he joined us for lunch. I cannot recall sinong kasama namin. That's how I met him. So Duterte appointed him. Sana man lang, inappoint po kayo ni Duterte, marami dyan sa inyo, may iba pa nga lumapit sa akin, hindi ko na lang sabihin, nagpapatulong din na ano sila. In fairness naman, sa ating dating Pangulo, bakit nyo masyadong dinidelay yung mga issue that are very vital to the life of the President, to the life of the Vice President? Why are you taking so long? Kayong mga justices dyan, with your respect, tulad ng kaibigan ko, si Maidas, kalaban siya sabi ni Sara, hindi ko yan ipa-appoint pero natinag ba si Digong? In-appoint siya, eventually. So, dapat man lang sana, I'm not saying na gumawa kayo ng kabulastugan, gumawa kayo ng hindi base sa batas, gumawa kayo ng tama para yung tao na nangangailangan ng desisyon magkakaroon ng justice. But you are delaying. Even that injunction that was very vital for Duterte, kasi there was an illegal arrest, hindi man in-issue. I mean, with due respect, dapat sana itong mga vital issues that will make or break our country, wag niyong upuan. Inuupuan nyo mga justices isipin nyo na lang si Duterte. Hindi tinagal ni Duterte ang pagpirma ng inyong appointment as justices of the Supreme Court, except maybe with Leonel and Kagiwa. Pero karamihan sa inyo, nag-aksaya ng panahon si President Duterte na maging Justice of the Supreme Court po kayo. Pero walang hiniling si Duterte, walang hiniling si Sara, walang hiniling ang taong bayan, kundi bilisan nyo lang yung desisyon. Because your decision is very vital to the lives of the people. Kasi there is now a very strong division.
Yeah, it's
so kung ilabas nyo yung decision, it might create peace. Kasi you are the final arbiter of this country. Kung dinidili-dali nyo yung desisyon, you are a contributor to the breakup of people, to the breakup of the Filipino people. So please, tandaan nyo, nag-aksaya si Digong ng kanyang kamay para pirmahan karamihan sa inyo ng appointment nyo dyan. So please, for the sake of justice and equity, you decide the case with dispatch.
And this is not
a very division of our country.
And I don't see that this is a very difficult issue to tackle.
No, it's not.
Kasi andyan
Yun lang very simple. Bakit magtagal kayo? Sasabihin ng DOJ na they are the competent judicial authority. Magtatagal ka ba? Ikaw, Chief Justice, ikaw, Justice so-and-so. Would you believe that the DOJ is the competent judicial authority?
In the case of Digong Duterte.
Can you fathom that you are the ones delaying and creating the havoc that is the turmoil now between one Filipino against another? Kung nilabas nyo yung decision once and for all, tapos na. Mananahimik yung natatalo at mananahimik rin yung nanalo. Pero kung pinapa-float in the air, you are doing an injustice to our country.
And to
with your respect.
And to your positions.
Yun lang po. well, you can hold me in contempt, but I'm just telling the truth. That you are the ones delaying and creating the division of our country today. If you don't render that decision, pati yung sa budget, yung sa PhilHealth, ang tagal-tagal yung oral arguments, bakit wala pang decision hanggang ngayon? With due respect, yun lang po mga kababayan. Ang appeal lang natin sa Korte Suprema ay magiging gone are the days. Gone are the days. Ako, I have a personal experience. I have a personal grudge with the members of the Supreme Court then, headed by that very corrupt Chief Justice. Well, I can say corrupt because binulong sa akin, I don't know if he's still alive or may binulong sa akin ni Justice Reyes that he was forced to write a decision. I knew that. Pero can you imagine, pare, pumirma na sila lahat, 14 justices signed a decision in bank. Sinulat nila declaring that this woman is not a natural born Filipino. Pero yung Chief Justice na bumoto din, nag-turn around, ayaw niya i-promulgate yung decision signed by 14 justices. Can you imagine? Kaya ako tumahimik na lang doon. Tapos ginawa nilang scapegoat si Justice Reyes. Yun ang totoo. Yun ang totoo. So yun po, that's history. Pero gusto ko lang banggitin na huwag naman sana na gano'n. Kasi ang daming tao na tumitingala sa Supreme Court as the final bastion of interpreting the law and doing justice to all men. Kung dinidili-dali nyo yung desisyon nyo, panay bakasyon nyo or whatever, I don't know, with due respect, hindi naman maganda para sa taong bayan yan. Mga mahal kong mga ginoo na mga justice of the Supreme Court. Justices of the Supreme Court. So yun lang po mga kababayan, na itong kaso ni Inday Sara na kinwestiyon niya yung port, I only said this because of the issue on the port impeachment, na pinapatagal ang desisyon. Pinapatagal ang desisyon. Kung sana nilabas na nila yan, there is no more turmoil in the Senate. There is no turmoil between the House and the Senate. Kung sabihin lang na yung court impeachment is invalid, so tapos na ang boxing. Bakit niyo pinapatagal pa? Ayun lang po mga kababayan.
Huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe dito sa Iparas kay Paras at i-click ang notification bell. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat at magandang gabi po sa inyo lahat.